What if I told you you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Well, listen, that's what we're here to find out. Make sure we're going live across all these social channels right here. Here we go. I think we're live everywhere now. So, what if I told you you can build $1 million business and you can do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Well, I'm here to prove that it's actually possible. And we kicked this baby off last week and we went in a lot into the tactical phase, like from a foundation, how do we set this baby up? Now we're going into a lot more of the strategic approach to now how do we build this baby out so we actually start generating income. So thank you and welcome for subscribing. I'm known as, joining me, I'm known as that healthcare guy across social media. And what I'm here to do is help you build your $1 million playbook from scratch. So we're doing this from $0 and we're turning $0 into $1 million and we're doing it in 12 months. Today is January the 20th and we're 20 days into this baby. Well, technically we're about a week and a half because I only kicked this thing off, I think like the 15th, 14th or 15th, somewhere around that. I wanted to give people a couple of weeks to get out of that. Hey, I put this, here's my goal for the week. I wanted you to figure out whether or not you want to stick to your goal or not, and whether or not you're sticking to your goal, that's up to you. But what our goal is here in 2026 is let's grow $1 million business and let's do it together. So I'm super excited to lead these each and every day. We do these Monday through Friday. And basically, I give you some insight. I'll take you behind the scenes. I hope you understand what I'm doing to generate and build $1 million business. Hey, strap in for the ride. Let's get this baby together. Here's some things that I would like you to do. Okay. So I'm Patrick. Y'all can call me that healthcare guy. You can call me Pat, Patrick, whatever. I'm too easy going. Drop your first name in the chat and where you're streaming from. This is going to help out when I start into the ad spend. When we start spending like dollars to drive serious growth, we need to know where to invest the money. So today we're streaming across Instagram. We're streaming across LinkedIn. We're streaming across TikTok. We're streaming across Facebook as well as YouTube. So we have multiple channels out there that we're actually streaming this content off of. And we're doing this strategically to figure out where we're going to get the best bang for your buck. Because I get a lot of viewers ask me, well, if I got so much money to spend, where should I spend it? Well, we're going to figure this thing out together. So if you're just joining, thank you for joining. We're building $1 million business and we're doing it in 12 months. Today, what we're going to be focused on, that strategy and monetization. Yesterday, we talked a lot about like how to grow a following and things like that. Today is about strategy and monetization. So really quick, check first name, where you're from, anywhere in the world. I get folks from all over the world that join us. So where you're from, and then what platform you're streaming from. That's going to be dope. That's going to help me out tremendously. And thank you as always for joining. Now here's my call to action, because you got to have a call to action. If you're a first time joiner or you're a returning viewer, what I would like you to do is, invite 2, 3, let's make it 10. Invite 10 other people to join this as well, because what we're doing is we're drawing a community. We're building a community, an ecosystem that's going to help you get to your $1 million, right? And then this is also going to help me educate and build my $1 million revenue line as well. So viewers are always welcome. I see the TikTok family. Thank you. I see you, Shelly, join. I see all the people on Instagram. Thank you as well. My LinkedIn family always continues to show up. So hey, listen, I appreciate you guys. So what if I told you you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me if I told you that it's possible? Well, it is. And every day we're going behind the scenes to show you just how. And today we're talking about strategy as well as monetization. So thank you and welcome for joining. I will make sure the chat box is open as we can continue to dialogue here. So if I say something that resonates with you or you have a question, just drop it in the chat and I'm just trying to work through it as we continue throughout this segment as well. So listen. This is what a lot of people need to understand, okay? You're an entrepreneur, you're a small business owner, you're a career warrior, and you're trying to grow your career. And the trend right now is everybody talks about visibility. Everybody talks about visibility, which is great. We all want to be visible because we understand if we can show people what we bring to the table, then people can recognize our value. But the other piece of that is closed mouths don't get fed. So what does that mean? We have to advocate for ourselves, to position ourselves to get the opportunities we're looking for. Again, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, yeah, you're mid-level professional. You're just an all-around hustler. You're trying to make it in life, and that's most of us, right? We're trying to navigate this baby together. And then because we're in that attention economy, what we're thinking is, man, if I have so much visibility, if I get a lot of followers, that's going to mean it's going to drive business for myself. That's not necessarily the case. So listen, attention is borrowed, but emails, they're owned. What do I mean by that? Listen, what we want to create is we want to create a system where we invite people to share their information with us. And in return, we can start sharing information with them. If you capture somebody's phone number, somebody's email address, what that does for you is you start creating an ecosystem of not only support, but an ecosystem of people who are interested in your solutions and or services or products. And those are the people that may buy from you. In fact, let me do this because some of you guys have been following along. I see Robert joined on, what is that? Is that YouTube? I think maybe it's Rob's on YouTube. I see all my people on Instagram right there. Thank you, TikTok family. You guys always show up. And TikTok is new for me. I've only been on TikTok for maybe about 6 months from now. And so it's been growing for me. But I want to drop a link for everybody just so you can do this. If you're setting up your own newsletter, right? Let me copy this. Let me paste it in the chat box so you can have it. You want to use that. You want to use that link right there. We'll paste this information in the chat box. Want to use that link, post that. Can I do this on TikTok as well? Yep, absolutely, right here. It won't let me post it over here. Okay, whatever. TikTok, just go to my link. This is what I want to invite everybody to do right now. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, Hustling 25-8, where I kind of break down the game of what we're building, but also help you break down the game and help you get to your $1 million in your business, sign up today for Hustling 25-8 newsletter. Top right-hand corner, if you're on my streaming profile, there's going to be the QR code, or you can go into my link in my bio. It's going to be the first thing that's going to pop up. It's going to be the Bling account. It has my newsletter, but it has all my social media handles where you can follow me across the various channels as well. Or you can see what's streaming across the stream right now, where it just has my account where you can just copy that link and then you can sign up for the newsletter as well. So that's the first thing I want to do. The second thing is I just dropped a link. If you're trying to build your own newsletter, right, use that link because it's going to have a promotional value for me, but it also is going to give you a percentage off for the next few months so you can build your own thing side by side with me. And so we're only a week and some change into this, a week and a couple of days. I think this is edition or number 7. So if you're just now joining, this is number 7, and we're about to get deeper and deeper in how do we build our $1 million business. Let me see if I can use that chat function for TikTok. See what's going on there. You just won't let me paste. Interesting. Okay, we'll figure that baby out. I see you, family. Thank you for continuing to join and support me. So listen, followers, they feel good, but they don't pay the bills. And a lot of us out here, we're hungry for attention, but we're hungry for the wrong attention. We're hungry from attention thinking that, man, if I can get X amount of followers, if I can get X amount of people who have eyes on my account all the time, that's going to mean dollars and cents for you. That's not the case. Trust me, I figured this out the hard way. I spent the last 2.5 years slowly understanding how creators, how influencers, how businesses actually scope out and map the system so they can become successful. And I can tell you the key thing here. It's not about growing followers. I know people that have over 500,000 followers and they're still only making $1,000 a month. That's because they value attention over revenue. And what we're trying to do today, what I'm trying to help you guys grow, is we're growing $1 million. So our focus every single day is, well, where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? How can I get to the money? And to get to the money, you have to be intentional. You have to provide a lot of value to your customers, but customers have to know how to find you as well. So I talk a lot about this in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter, Hustling 25-8, you go find that. Download it, sign up for that. I'm dropping content on that twice a week, so I'm going to keep you informed. Followers feel good, but they don't pay the bills. My newsletter, it isn't a side project. It's the foundation, and this is how you should be thinking about your business. We're building a foundational business, and here's the thing. Once you build a foundation for any business and you start collecting information, it creates this foundation that you can do anything that you want to do for any other business. For instance, let's say you built a newsletter, a 7-figure newsletter or 8-figure newsletter, and you're making $1 million a year. Well, now not only you have the contact information of those people, but what does that allow you to do? Let's just say you want to go into a clothing line. Well, you can start dropping your merchandise in front of all your subscribers. So you got the foundation of your newsletter, but now I'm getting into a clothing line. Let's say you're looking for collaboration. I already have a built-in community of people, like-minded people who say, you know what, I value what Patrick brings to the table. He's dope. I think what I'm doing is dope. If we can just collaborate together, our visibility and our impact can be even greater, right? So that's what like having a foundation is for. We want to create that foundation that's going to help you go from here to here. Well, we're going from $0 in revenue to $1 million, and we're doing it in 12 months. Hey, listen, you guys, you've been joining all week. I know I like to talk. And with that being said, if you got some comments, you drop them in the box and we'll work through those as they come in. I see you, LinkedIn family. Thank you for joining. Man, LinkedIn is hot right now. It's popping for me. Good Lord, this is great. Instagram, I see you, family. Instagram is starting to show up as well. My TikTok family is always there. So I'm loving you guys. Thank you for the support. Hey, listen, this episode, this is a tutorial. Everything I'm teaching you is a tutorial for how to make your $1 million. We want to turn casual followers into a community. And once you build a community, now you have a network. And in that network, you can start experimenting with different growth measures that's going to help you go from here to here as well. So I definitely want to set the expectation. Growth and monetization, they need to be intentional. They're not accidental. So we're leading with intention in 2026. Listen, if you have one of those businesses that disappears when the algorithm changes, you never had a business. I wanted that to sink in. So that's why I had that long pause in there. And for me, a second is a long pause, right? Listen, if your business depends on algorithms, then you don't really have a business, okay? You're trying to be a content creator or influencer, whatever you're trying to do. You got so focused on the content and the likes that you wasn't driving revenue. And what we're trying to do is grow $1 million business, right? Social media is the billboard, okay? You need to understand that. But your newsletter or your business is your storefront. And we always want to make sure our storefront is more popping than anything else is out there. So what we're doing is we're optimizing ownership, not vanity metrics, okay? Each and every day, that's what we're focused on. So if you got questions, that's great. I see a lot of new people joining, so thank you for joining. If you could drop your first name, where you're streaming from or what platform you're streaming for and what part of the world that you happen to live in, that'd be great. This is going to help me out from a ad spend standpoint. When I start investing money into ads, we know where to target and then where we're going to get the greatest growth as well. So there's a difference between reach and relationships. A lot of us, we're going after reach, but we're not building relationships. The relationships is where the transactions happen. The relationships are where the collaboration takes place. The relationships are where opportunities are found. So let's get out of our head that we're trying to get reach. Reach is great. We're trying to get relationships. Those relationships are the people who are willing to invest in what you have to offer. Okay, I see you, TikTok family. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here's the difference here. You need to understand this. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Followers, they tend to scroll past you. Okay, if we're building $1 million business, we don't want anybody to scroll past us, right? Especially if the algorithm changes. Sometimes you may have a list of people who follow you who never ever see your content. That's only because the algorithm is impacting what they see. So that's cool if you have all these people to follow you, but if they're never seeing their content, then they don't have an opportunity to invest in you or buy from you, right? So that's why, you know what, reach is cool and all, but we want that relationship. Followers scroll right past you. Subscribers invite you in. So that's like what I do. When I get somebody to subscribe, I'm inviting you into my ecosystem. And in my ecosystem, we can start having real conversations. In fact, if you don't believe me, go to my newsletter, sign up for my newsletter today, Hustling 25/8 today. The link is scrolling across the screen, or you can go to the link in the bio or the QR code on the top right-hand side, depending on what platform you're sending us from. Go to my newsletter, sign up for that. The goal is $1 million in revenue and 50,000 subscribers, and we're doing that in 12 months. Now, the point that I'm getting at is once you sign up, if you reply to any one of those posts that I dropped, like you simply said, hey, this is good, that comes to my inbox, and I read every single post that comes through, and I will respond to every single person that responds to me. Real talk. Go to the newsletter, sign up and say, hey, Pat, this is Sydney. I was just on your live. I thought your content was dope. I thought it was great. listen, I would love to stay in contact with you. Bam, you hit me up like that, I guarantee you're going to get a response from me because it comes directly to my inbox. Like, this is my ecosystem, and this is what we're building for you. We're looking at how do we create an ecosystem? How do we go from $0 in revenue to $1 million in revenue? And we do it in 12 months. Well, one, we have to build out the system that allows people to want to support us as well. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a feedback loop. And in this feedback loop, I can answer questions, I can offer insight, and then we can grow together. Social platforms are your traffic sources, but they're not your destination. So we need to just reset the way we think about, what we do on social media and exactly how we do it. You got to think of like the long-term brands you subscribe to, right? They always prioritize owning their audience. And this is the same way we're thinking as an entrepreneur. This is the same way we're thinking as a side hustler. This is the same way we're thinking as a business owner. How do we own our audience? For instance, let me give an example. 90% of the people have an Amazon account, or you've bought something from Amazon before, right? And the minute you sign up for Amazon, they make you share your email, right? And they make you do that. So now you're part of their ecosystem. They can continue to promote their products, solutions, and services to you every single time. In fact, I have Amazon, and I don't know about you, but I probably get 2, maybe 3 messages a day from Amazon. Question you ask yourself, have you ever unsubscribed? Think about it. Have you ever unsubscribed from your favorite store? Maybe it's your Walmart account. Maybe you have Sprouts. Maybe you have, you're part of a luxury brand, right? And you're on their newsletter list, and they only send so many newsletters out so often. The question you got to ask yourself: have you ever unsubscribed? And then you ask yourself, why haven't you unsubscribed? Right? The reason most people don't unsubscribe from those particular things because you feel like they provide value to you. They may not provide value to you in that particular email or that particular moment, but eventually you feel like they're going to provide some type of value to you. So you continue to be on their subscription list. This is the same thing you're building with your business. You're building a business to where you're always dropping value, but that value, when it reaches people, it reaches them on their timing. Meaning when they're ready to receive that information, then they receive that information. And if they found value the first time with anything that you're doing, they're going to continue to stay on your subscription list. So you may be sending out emails on a daily basis, but they don't respond to them until the 10th time, only because it takes them that long for them to see the value or for them to understand exactly what you're doing. Thank you, TikTok family. I see you keep joining on there. I appreciate that. My LinkedIn family, I appreciate you as well. Make sure you drop your comments as you have dropped comments through this. I'm gonna try to work through this as well. Small engaged list is gonna be the large following every single time. So let's get out of that mindset. We need this big following. We need this big network of people to help us reach our $1 million. No, you don't need that. You just need an engaged list. Once you get 10, 15, 20 people that are engaged highly with you, you can grow from there. So this is what we're creating here. We're creating our $1 million playbook. We're creating our $1 million business. We're doing 12 months. Sign up for the newsletter. The other thing, invite people to come back to this. I do this Monday through Friday, every day at noon to give you the insight so we can break down the game. Here's the growth strategy, okay? Growth is earned, it's not engineered. Thank you, TikTok family. I appreciate you. Growth is earned, is not engineered. So yesterday, we kind of went through the math a little bit on how you can actually make, over $300,000 a year just posting 2 times a day. That was yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's live, there's going to be, again, hit the QR code. There's going to be the link in the bio. It has all my social channels on there. I'm streaming across everything, but the playback, you can easily see it on my YouTube page, or you can see it on my LinkedIn page underneath the events tab. Just use the link in the QR code, use the link in my bio. You can sign up to the newsletter. You can sign up to the YouTube page. You can go rewatch every single episode that I put out there because they're live right now. And I have them in a specific folder so you can just see every single one of them on replay. That's cool. Go back and look at yesterday. I broke down the game of how you take two posts, and you do those two posts a day for 30 days across 1 or 2 channels. And we easily turned it into a shy under $300,000 a year. Now you can maximize your reach, you can maximize your investment the minute you start putting ad spend and stuff like that in there if you wanted to. But if you just simply say, you know what, this year I'm leaning all the way in on my business. I'm going to create content that resonates with my ICP, which is my ideal customer profile, right? And I'm only going to post 2 times a day. And then I'm going to do it every single day for the rest of the year. We did the math on it. The math came out to be you're just shy of 300,000. It was exactly 270,000. And that was on 2 posts every single day across 2 platforms. That individual made $270,000. And I broke down the math on that as well. So that can happen for you. Remember, once we get strategic about who we're trying to reach, then it amplifies not only of our messaging, but directly links up with the people, our ideal customer profile that we're going after, right? So there's no tricks. The only thing it is getting strategic about what we're trying to get to. So this is getting back into the monetization strategy. We're trying to monetize everything we're doing. We're not trying to be a content creator, but you got to have the systems in place to help take that load off yourself so you're not stressed out about the content that you create. So yesterday's episode took you behind the scenes from the math, and then it also talks a little bit about the content, how you create your content so you can reach your $1 million and do it in 2026. Okay. Again, chat boxes are open. Thank you, family, for the love. I keep saying the love corner. I appreciate that. Chat box is open. First name, where you're streaming from. That'd be great from an analytics standpoint, especially when I start spending money to reach a larger audience. Now, I'm not going to invite you guys to spend money just yet until we figured out the formula. But for me, remember, I got 2 goals: $1 million in revenue and 50,000 subscribers, and we're going to do it in 12 months. Why did I come up with these goals? The reason I came up with these goals to show you that it's actually possible. And then from a marketing standpoint, when someone says you can do $1 million in 1 year, it makes you question whether or not it's true or not, right? You're like, there's no way possible. You can't do $1 million in 1 year. And I'm here to show you exactly how we're going to do that. And we're growing this baby together. So sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already. That's going to be great. Let's grow this thing to 50,000 people. Where do I want to get to right here? So we shared the math yesterday. Consistency. I showed you how consistency beats some of these growth hacks. Own that. You're probably like me. This is what I did. I started out 2.5 years ago, right? And I started creating content thinking that I wanted likes. That's what I was creating content for, right? And then, but I had this business and I was like, man, if I can get people to like me, then they're going to invest in me. They're going to want to buy from me. Well, and that's not the case. You may get 2 different types of subscribers. You get people who like who you are, but they don't like your business. You see what I'm saying? We want people to like our business and not exactly who I am. Okay. That's cool if you like me, but I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for you now to grow with me, right? And this is what we're thinking about in our business. We don't want the likes in the comments if it means $0. We want likes and comments that leads to dollars, okay? This is what we're growing. We're growing a real business. I want to hit you in the chest with this one, okay? Listen to me. I want to hit you in the chest with this. If people won't share your content, if no one's sharing your content, it's not good enough. Did he say that? Yeah, I said that. If people are not sharing your content, then it's not good enough yet. You need to understand that, okay? And this is why you're not being favored with the algorithms, because your content is not good enough. And I realized it myself. I was like, man, my content is just not that great. It's not, I mean, it's good and it speaks to people, to the heart of, some of the challenges people face, but it wasn't great yet. And so this is what I figured out over the last 2.5 years, how to make great content that resonates with people, how to get people like you and I that are viewing this to actually do stuff. And this is what we're doing together. We're growing a business together, $0 to $1 million in 12 months and 50,000 subscribers. Listen, there's no gimmicks. We're not inflated numbers, but when I started, you probably did something similar. I invested in a marketing agency. Like when I first jumped on Instagram, when I first jumped on YouTube, I invested in a marketing agency. And I was investing all of the money in the marketing agency to help bolster my growth, which it did. Like they did a wonderful job. I spent hundreds of dollars in the process of doing that. But when I decided to change lanes, when I decided to get more strategic, those people that I paid money to follow me, well, they're no longer interested into the pivot. So I don't want you to fall into that same mistake as well. Meaning, first thing you do is you're building your business and you want people to like you, you want people to engage with you, and so you invest in these marketing services, which is great. You get people to put eyes on you, but those people are not moving the needle. They're not buying from you. Okay, so what I was doing is inflating numbers that didn't actually had anything to do with my business. I don't want you to do that. We're going to get super focused on bringing value to your customers, right? To your business so you can grow your $1 million as well. Sustainable growth feels slow at first, and then it becomes unstoppable. Because what happens, there's that compounding effect. What I was showing people yesterday, if you missed it yesterday, you can go back and look at the live yesterday. I was showing you how doing 2 posts a day generated someone over almost $300,000 without stressing themselves out. And it was just 2 valuable pieces of content, and they did that every single day. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to get super focused about what our aim is and what our goal is. Yeah, you're welcome to drop any comments in the chat box. First name would be great. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. We're not done yet. We still got some more time, so I want to run through this really quick so I'm not forgetting anything. Okay, so really what we're building is a framework here, right? We're starting with something real. If you look at the way that I formatted my newsletter, the one that I dropped this morning went out at 6:15. And I think I'm gonna keep that time schedule, 6:15 Central, dropping on Tuesday as well as Fridays. Because it's new, it may have went into your promotional box if you're already on the news list, or depending on if it's your first time getting something from it, it may go into your spam box, right? So you want to check that and then move that to your primary page. And then once you do that, you will see in that newsletter the way I led it and the way I'm leading everything else now is value. You get value right off the top. So once you log in and you see the one that I dropped today, first thing I hit you with is value. I was like, run this playbook. And if you run this playbook, I teach you how to go from here to here. And I want to hit you with that first. The reason why I want to hit you that first, I don't want you to wait to have to scroll through everything that I'm writing for you to see value in what I'm putting out. I want you to get the value right up front. Now I'm dropping it to you for free, right? So sign up for that. So I hit you with the value, and then I hit you with some transformational stories, real life stories that are happening to people from running the plays that I put out there. And then if you're able to follow that as well, we can help you get from here to here. So that's what we're trying to do. We're growing to $1 million. So I changed that format. And that's the framework you need to look at. It's like really quick, how I provide value to my target audience really fast, get them to see the value in it so they want to invest more. And that's what we're doing. We're teaching you how to do that. When I say we, it's me and my team of AI agents that I've been training. We'll get to that segment at some point throughout the year to show you the AI agents I have. Each one of them have their own names, right? Because they're my agents. You got to name your listen. You got. I feel like the hate. I feel the hate coming through just because I name my agents. Like name your agents. You name your dog, right? Name your agents. So I got my agent's name. These hustlers, they're out there in the back. They making moves for me. And the only thing I got to do is implement the moves. And this is what we're doing. And I'm showing you those moves that I'm training the agents to implement for you. And so that should be a part of your strategy as well. We're not shying away from artificial intelligence. We're leaning into it at the right time. And then I will show you behind the scenes. And I drop some of this in the newsletter to show you how you train your agents to get the outcomes that you're trying to get to grow your business, your brand, whatever you're trying to grow. Again, chat boxes are open. That's great. I'm going to be wrapping this thing up really quick. Y'all know I like to talk. Listen, I want to help you understand this. People don't unsubscribe. And a lot of us, we're afraid to sell. Like we're afraid to sell something. We're afraid to ask somebody for the business. We feel like we haven't earned it yet. And I get that. I mean, that used to be me before. I get that as well. But people don't unsubscribe if you're building a newsletter with me, right? They don't unsubscribe from your newsletter because you're selling anything. They unsubscribe because you're either rambling too much or they don't see the value in it, okay? It's kind of like me when I first uploaded my new list of all those people from LinkedIn. I had about 50 people that unsubscribed. And the reason, and I knew that you're going to have that filtering process to whereas now I'm filtering in, I'm leaning in into my target audience, and all those people that don't see the value in it, they're going to do something else. That's fine. You don't take it personal. It is what it is, right? You're building your business. You want people who see you or see the value that you bring to be a member and be part of your group as well. So here's the roadmap really quick, and then I'm going to be wrapping this thing up. Brands don't pay for attention. They pay for trust. Affiliates, they like to work with real alignment, okay? I've worked with a lot of brands. People pay me. Brands pay me to sponsor various things as well, only because I keep it real, and that's how you want to keep things real as well. What you're going to be seeing throughout this year, I started offering premium tiers where I can give you a lot more one-on-one time. Uh, I'm not coaching people one-on-one. At some point, I may have a small selected group, but these tiers will provide you more information, more access to playbooks, so you can run your own plays as well. And then to teach you how to monetize your business or yourself or grow your brand. Because we don't want selling to feel awkward. We want it to feel like a natural part of your language as well. Let me see. I'm right at time. So questions really quick as we get into anything we cut, and it could be anything from last week as well. If you haven't, go to the newsletter, sign up today, invite 10 people. I say 10 people, invite 10 people to tomorrow's live. Same time, 12 o'clock. Let's grow this baby together. Because once we grow this, we start creating an ecosystem where we can network with each other. We can grow one another's brands, and that's where the power comes. That compounding interest where you get like-minded individuals like yourself who are interested in growing something from nothing, who believe that their value, what they're bringing to the table, is undervalued, is underlooked, who's always been hustling, but now they're ready to stop hustling and they're ready to get purposeful about the impact and the opportunities they can create for themselves and or their families. And that's what we're about. We're growing this baby together. So as always, thank you for the time. Continue to follow That Healthcare Guide. Same time tomorrow. We'll get into another topic to help you grow your business. If you want to catch this on replay, go to my YouTube page or my LinkedIn under the events tab. You can catch this baby on replay. Until then, let's keep hustling. See you tomorrow. Let's get it. Let's end this baby, close it out.